Good morning. Welcome back into Wake Up America. So the U.S. Coast Guard is still searching a massive swath of the North Atlantic Ocean for a missing tourist submersible that was exploring the wreckage of the Titanic about 2 miles beneath the surface of the ocean. The concern now is that the sub could still be at the bottom of the ocean.
Oh my gosh. Joining us now is a retired TV host and Navy SEAL who was the host of Surviving Disaster and America Unplugged and the author of A SEAL's Survival Guide and Navy SEAL Secrets to Surviving Any Disaster, Cade Courtley. Now, Cade, we understand that this is the OceanGate Titan 5-person submersible. The company website says they're equipped to handle about 96 hours of oxygen if needed. They only have until about Thursday until they run out of air.
That's the estimate, right?
The estimate. They should be concerned,
and they're probably not breathing slowly right now either.
Exactly.
So you can really chop about a third of that off, to be honest with you. We're looking at about 72 hours. So give it maybe another 24, which is realistic if the submersible is still intact.
This is like the scariest thing when I heard this for the first time yesterday. The last communication between this sub and crews above the surface was before noon. They haven't had any further communication. What do you know about this company, OceanGate, and what they were doing? They operate out of Everett, Washington, apparently. This was an 8-day voyage. Again, it cost $250K to get a ticket to go down and tour the Titanic for about 6 hours. I saw somebody yesterday commenting that they were stunned that this small sub didn't have some link to a ship on the surface of the ocean.
Yeah, so there are a few different submersibles. One of them is what you were just describing, where it actually has a cable and is permanently attached to a vessel up above. This one was on its own, basically. Here's the problem with this. They talk about, hey, we're searching on the surface and we're searching, doing what we can to search below the surface. If this thing had a catastrophic failure, it is supposed to automatically surface. And once it does that, there's a device called an EPIRB, or it's basically an emergency beacon that communicates with satellites. And that can give you a location within 10 meters. So if it did surface, we would have found that thing almost immediately based on that emergency beacon, which, makes me concerned that this thing is sitting on the bottom next to the Titanic. And the only positive about that is we know where to search. We have a small area of we need to concentrate all our effort right here instead of 500 square miles. But the clock is so ticking, and that's assuming or hoping that this vehicle actually is still intact and there wasn't a hull breach.
Right.
I mean, if it is on the bottom of the ocean, that is also even scary because we know that currents are unpredictable. Could it really still be that close to the Titanic? And the other question is, I know that the process to just get, if it ran out of all of these different gadgets that are supposed to send it to the surface, the process to get that submarine to the top is also extensive.
You are absolutely right. For people to think that, well, it's just kind of like hopping out of your car because the battery died and then getting in with your friend. That's not happening at 13,000 feet, folks. That's 2.5 miles down, zero visibility. It's just, that would be a really, really hard thing to do given 30 days. And we're looking at 24 to 30 hours.
If that's an estimate. I mean, that's an estimate. We really have no idea. So if this thing, all right, so positives are, and this is, again, we're piecing all this together, but if the thing is on the bottom of the ocean right now, basically the currents wouldn't be able to take it away. Like it would be, as you said, kind of around the area of the Titanic. If it's not, we're talking about not even a needle in a haystack. You're looking for a needle in a stack of needles. And again, at 2.5 miles down, what does this company have for contingency plans in place if something like this were to happen? Do the Canadian Navy, do they have the technology to do this? Or do they have to go to, the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute and Robert Ballard and figure out if they can get the Alvin out there to go search for this thing?
Well, yeah, if you have 30 days.
Right.
The location of this, it's 400 miles off the coast of Newfoundland, 900 miles off the coast of Nantucket.
Yeah.
And, those things just don't show up. All the logistics and moving this stuff around takes time. And every minute that's ticking away, if that submersible is still intact. I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a daunting task if you had a month.
Right.
Right.
Cade, I just want to say one other thing because we're tight on time. I was stunned, and I just want to get your take on this. This company, again, OceanGate, which we'll learn more about, there's only one captain on board the sub. Obviously, there is not a lot of space on these things. So 4 passengers, 1 captain, which is really concerning for me. It's why you have 2 pilots on a plane. In case a pilot has a medical emergency, you got somebody else who can land the plane. If you're 2 miles down and something happened medically to this, this captain of this sub, what are these passengers supposed to do?
Probably what they're doing right now, praying.
Yeah.
Yikes. Yikes. Oh, wow.
Scary.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, Cade, we'll have you back. We appreciate you being with us. We're praying for a good outcome here and a happy ending. But my goodness, what a scary story. Cade Courtley, thanks for being with us. We appreciate it. Lots more.